The first problem is about the circumference and area of a circle. First, I include the libraries needed for this program. The IOStream library allows us to handle input and output, while CMath provides mathematical constants and functions. I also use the standard namespace to simplify the code syntax. Next, I declare a variable of type double, which will store the radius of the circle. A double can represent very large or very precise numbers, making it more suitable than a float for this calculation. Now I define the main function. This is the entry point of every C++ program, and it contains all the instructions that will be executed. The first instruction inside main prints a message asking the user to enter the radius of a circle. Then I read the user's input and store it in the variable r. Next, the program calculates and prints the circumference of the circle. The formula is 2 times pi times the radius, and we use m.pi from the CMath library to represent the value of pi. Then, the program calculates and prints the area of the circle. The formula is pi multiplied by the radius squared. Finally, the program ends by returning 0. In C++, returning 0 means that the program has run successfully. If we wanted to signal an error, we could return 1 instead. The second problem asks us to write a program in C++ that reads three numbers, a, b, and c, and checks whether the number c lies inside the interval between a and b. I start by including the IOStream library, which gives us access to input and output. Then I use the standard namespace to make the code cleaner. Next, I declare three variables of type double named a, b, and c. These will hold the numbers entered by the user. Now, I open the main function, which will contain the logic of the program. Inside the main function, I first display a message that asks the user to enter three real numbers. Then I read the values into the variables a, b, and c. The next step is to check whether c is between a and b. To do this, I use an if statement. If c is greater than a and less than b, or if c is greater than b and less than a, then c lies inside the interval. Notice that I used a double ampersand for logical and the double vertical bar for logical or. If the condition is true, the program prints a message saying that c is in the interval. Otherwise, it prints a message saying that c is not in the interval. Finally, the program returns 0 to indicate that it ran successfully.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.